Hello again, friends. It's been a while. It's been a while. We'll talk about in a second. So, to my old friends, welcome back. Glad to have you guys back along with me. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome. I am Sean. I'm the grumpy old cyclist. And on this channel, content's mostly going to be about food, fitness, and RVing, mostly cycling. I have a passion for cycling, and that's what we're going to talk about. But some other things as well. Going to be hitting the gym. Going to be doing some RVing and camping with some friends. And I like to eat. Going to change things up a little bit, a little healthier options. But going to be talking about some food, and maybe I'll share a few recipes with you as well along the way. Here we go. So, something to share. I've been ill for a little while. I am suffering from heart disease. Early in August, I got ill at work, had to leave, had a stomach ache, what I thought was. Went to urgent care, and they're like, you're having a heart attack. Yeah, I know. So they rushed me to the cath lab, had an angioplasty and a stent put in, and all was good. Sent home. Did follow up with my cardiologist, which I was assigned one, didn't have one before, and later found out like, hey, there's still some things going on. So right now at this point, they're looking at the images to determine if I'm going to have to get another stent done, or worst case scenario, if I'm going to require bypass surgery. So I'm waiting to hear that out. So that's kind of my status at this point. Thanks for all your kind words and prayers if you want to issue them. They're highly appreciated, and sharing a lot of personal stuff here with you right now, but it's something that I want to open up about and how this is going to affect me and some of the changes that I'm making. So what's going on? I've been ill. I feel fine. Just things inside me aren't well, and we're going to get them fixed up, and I'm going to get back to normal. So that's that. In the meantime, the doctors have given me the blessing to keep exercising. So I'm going to keep on riding my bike and everything else, and planning all the things I've been planning to do this upcoming year. So I'm happy about that I still get to exercise. So this year's camping season is basically over, but looking forward to planning the 2026 season, meetups with some friends, going to other camping events, RV shows, and getting prepared for the 2026 season. Looking forward to a very active 2026 camping season and combining cycling with that. If you can look behind me, there's Heidi the German Shepherd dog climbing up in a rest spot. Hey, Heidi. She's got nothing to say, y'all, but there she is. Y'all see her. There she is. There's Heidi. Right, girl? She flopped her ears at you. She doesn't want to be bothered right now. Anyway, that's Heidi, German Shepherd dog. She'll be making a cameo appearance every once in a while. So I will also be sharing my meals here on this channel. With my newfound health information, I'm going to be transitioning to a mostly whole foods diet. Just going to limit a lot of the processed things that I've been doing. They're great, they're convenient, they're fast, they're easy. They're just not the best things for you. By all means, you people do what you want to do with your diet. This is just something I'm going to be doing. Eating mostly whole foods, not going crazy with any of the trendy kind of diets, not doing the keto or paleo or what's the fish thing, pescatarian, not doing any of that, nothing crazy. A normal, regular, balanced diet with just whole foods. Instead of getting the box of mashed potatoes or the frozen French fries, I'm going to buy fresh potatoes, and in lieu of canned green beans, I'll buy fresh green beans and fresh vegetables, and make my meats naturally. And dare I say, just every once in a while, Chipotle or KFC, it sounds really good. I'm really going to limit a lot of the fast food. It's going to be very low. Slice of pizza here once and again, but mostly whole foods diet. So that's what I'm transitioning to. So I'm going to be sharing some of those meals with you and see if you have any interest in any of those. Hopefully I can find some good stuff. Hey, if you got good things out there to share, please, by all means, share them along with me. I'll be willing to try them out. So I'm also going to be sharing my training journey. Here in a few minutes, I'm going to take you downstairs in the basement to my pain cave or my wattage cottage. I'm going to ask you ahead of time. Don't be too judgmental. My basement is a little messy. I do want to clean it up. We'll talk about it when I get down there, but don't be too judgmental. I'm kind of a slob and I'm embarrassed, but this is just where I'm at right now. This is where I'm sharing my journey from. As the channel grows, it gets better, and as time passes, I'll get things cleaned up and make it a more presentable space. But what you get is what you get for now. And as the weather gets warmer, we'll be transitioning to outdoor training and hitting the gym and the pool and all that other stuff. So looking forward to that. But for right now, I'll knock my buds out. Well, for right now, it's mostly going to be indoor, downstairs at the gym or at the pool. Quickly back to RVing, looking forward to, like I said, busy season, doing meetups with friends. Ohio has a rather large, successful RV content community. I've been able to meet most of them, super cool people, and I look forward to hanging out with them again this year at events and just meetups that we do. I was able to miss one meetup that we do. That's a cycling event down in Troy, Ohio. Hopefully this group will get back together and do it again in 2026. I'm sorry I missed y'all this year, and I want to come back. It's been an event I've been doing for 5 years straight. This is the first year I missed in 5 years in 2025. So I hope to get back strong in 2026, get back down there for the Tour de Donut down in Troy, Ohio with my other RV friends. I'm also going to be sharing sometime soon here my 2026 event calendar. So what I plan to be doing race-wise with cycling, triathlon, and even some running events. Going to pick and choose which ones I want to do. They're going to be mostly cycling. There's also local triathlons I want to do as well. And, just kind of help things along, maybe even a few running races. So I'm going to look at the calendar coming up here and in the next couple of weeks or so, I'm going to decide which events that look good. Also want to get the blessing from my cardiologist to say, hey, you're good to go train at this level or harder if you want to. Always going to go on a doctor's guidance. But looking forward to have a busy event season. And the awesome thing about that, I can combine that with RVing. So I can do a destination trip to a race and go camping at the same time with my family or even meet up with friends. So excited to do that. So I'm back. Let's get this thing started. Going to be doing regular content from now on. That's the goal, regular content. I'm not going to say every week, every day, twice a week. It's just, when I get the urge, I'm doing something, I'll upload it and then I'll post it and we'll go from there. So we're going to start right now. I'm going to take you downstairs and we're going to go check out the pain cave. So here we are. We are here in my basement, or what I like to call the pain cave. This is where I do my training, and this is where a lot of content's going to be coming from. So let me show you around. I'm going to ask you again, don't be too judgmental. It is a basement. I haven't really cleaned it or fixed it up the way I want to yet, so it looks like a basement. But hopefully, in some time, I can get it cleaned up a little bit and make it look more like a home gym. But for now, here's what I got. So as you come down the stairs, my floor is unfinished. The walls are unfinished. They need some paint. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but got my jerseys hanging up here. That's mostly for outdoor riding when I'm in the spring and summertime when I get to ride outdoors. Over here, I have where I keep my drying rack where I keep my shorts. So when I wash all my stuff, I let it hang dry because it just kind of helps them last a little bit longer. I have several different cycling caps here. You'll see some of those in some videos. And also when I'm riding indoors and outdoors too, I got my heart rate monitor straps. This is the one I normally use. This one's a backup. And those get very sweaty. make a mess here. Those get sweaty as you can imagine, so I use this rack to help hang stuff dry. And also when I go to the pool, I got my pool essentials there too, so I let them hang there to dry. Just a little shelf thing. I gotta eventually throw this away. It got some water damage on it, so it's a little moldy. I know, nasty, whatever. I'll fix it. Check this stuff out. If you ever have a friend come over and ask you, dude, what's this? Take a deep breath and be prepared to tell them. If you don't know what this is, look it up. You'll get a chuckle. All right, to start the show. This is my indoor cycling setup. This is my 2013, I think it was, Kestrel Talon road bike. This is my dedicated trainer bike, so this stays on the indoor trainer all the time now. So my trainer itself is called a Kicker Move. Oh, well, you can see that, but it's a direct drive trainer, so the drivetrain of the bike is connected to the trainer. It is a smart trainer, so it works off software. Different software platforms like Zwift, Ruby, Full Gas, Be Cool, Keto Map use software that syncs with this trainer, and I'll explain that more a little bit. But basically, it'll give you virtual cycling reality, and whatever's happening on the screen, the smart trainer will transfer as far as speed and power and elevation. So if you're going up a hill, it'll add resistance to simulate riding the hill that what you're seeing on the screen. So the neat thing about this Kicker Move is it rotates left and right and back and forth. So you're not sitting in a static position. It mimics as best as it can riding outdoors. You know, when you're riding outdoors, the bike moves a little bit with you. Most other trainers, they're stuck. They don't move, so they're pretty rigid. So it's a little hard to get a good workout in, at least a longer one, because quite frankly, it gets kind of painful sitting in that one spot, just grinding back and forth. You're not standing up, you're not stopping in traffic. So they designed it this way to make it a little easier for longer rides. Now, on the front here, we have what's called the Kicker Climb. More of a novelty, not really a necessity, but it's kind of cool. So what this does, it works in conjunction with the Kicker Move. With the software gives information to the Kicker Move, which adds the resistance, and then the Kicker Climb will actually simulate you going up a hill. So if you're actually going up a climb or down a descent, it'll lift the front end of the bike. Let me show you real fast. So it'll simulate, the software will send information there and it'll make the front end go up. And that is huge training necessity. And if you're going down, it takes it all the way down. It goes down to -5 degrees and all the way up to 15%. So -5, 15% elevation. So it gets pretty challenging. I don't normally like to ride those really hilly ruts because they're very hard. I'll show you in a little bit here. When I do a ride, I'm going to do a specific ride that has a very hard climb on it, so you can see how the software actually interacts naturally instead of me just doing it manually when I go do a ride. So I'm gonna get suited up for a ride as soon as we're done talking here. So if you look here, this is my entertainment setup. I got 2 stacked 43-inch TVs. The bottom one is connected to Apple TV, and that's showing my current Zwift screen. So that's the screen I use, whatever software platform I'm using, to project it directly to the screen so I can look right at it in lieu of looking at a laptop computer or my iPad. I have a nice big screen to look at, while at the same time, if I want to watch a movie on Netflix or something, currently got it on YouTube. That's my man, Ice Clinton. What up, Ice? It just kind of happened there randomly. I didn't plan that. But so that's how I found that stand on Amazon. It wasn't very expensive. And I already had the one TV. I just bought a second one. It's a 4K. Wasn't very expensive. So now that's all my entertainment center. So I can come down here, watch a ball game, watch a movie, and at the same time look at my software screen if I'm on Ruby or Zwift. And I got a nice fan there to keep me cool. Check this thing out. Look at that. So as I'm sitting here, that's a candy jar with jelly beans and it's motion activated. So if I'm pedaling along, let me show you here. If I'm pedaling along and I want a nice little treat, I just throw my hand underneath there. And it spits out a nice treat for me. Now I'm careful not to have too many of those, but hey, gotta burn it to earn it, right? So if I earn them, I'll get a handful. Talking with my mouth full, let me finish these. All right, now that I've choked down the jelly beans, this is my treadmill. It's a Soul F63. It is Bluetooth smart, so just like the Kicker Move system, it's Bluetooth, so it will pair with different software programs. I actually use it with Zwift, and Cameo is another program I use. So same thing, you can do virtual running and see what you're doing on the screen while watching something else. So another thing kind of helps keep you motivated, takes the boredom out of being on a treadmill. You know, just listening to music and doing that for so long gets boring after a while. This adds a little realism to it and it takes the boredom out of it. Didn't cost me a whole lot of extra money either. But look at my I Love Me wall. These are past races that I've done, dating back all the way to, I think this goes back to 2014. So hoping to add some more. These are just the bigger ones. Couple marathons, half marathons, won 5 70.3 Ironmans, and other shorter distance triathlons and 5Ks. So that's that. Basic shelf where I store some things. Little fabric, just bike essentials, t-shirts. I got my cycling shoes, my helmet's over there. That's that. Come over here. And these are my other bicycles. That's my Canyon SLX7 road bike and my Felt IA10 triathlon bike. And like I mentioned, I got the Kestrel Talon 105. That is my permanent trainer bike, but it's set up in a road configuration. All right. Think y'all seen it all? I've got a little flat bench here. And also I got a hook up here where I can connect a TRX to so I can do some TRX workouts. I got some dumbbells so I can do some strength training right down here in the basement. So this is my pain cave. This is where it's all set up at. So this is where a lot of content's going to be coming from. Like I said, I apologize that it's kind of messy at the moment. I'll get it cleaned up. Eventually get some nice paint on the walls and some track lighting and some floor covering, put some mats down and make it look more like a commercial style gym. All right, I'm going to get changed up. I'm going to do a ride on Cameo today. I'm going to do one on Cameo, and that way I can show you how the kicker move and the kicker climb work together and go on a really aggressive climb to show you how it lifts you up and drops you back down during an actual riding event. All right, be back. Okay, welcome back again. So I'm about to do a quick little ride, or short ride, but I want to show you on Cameo how it works, syncing with the kicker move trainer and also more especially with the kicker climb. Once I hit this one section, I believe it's a 9 or 10% grade, you'll watch. For one, I'll be grinding really hard on the pedals because it's going to add a lot of resistance. And it's going to lift the front end up pretty high. It'll look unstable, but it's actually really, really safe. the way it's designed. So just kind of show you how you get some virtual training even in the winter months while you're sitting indoors. So here we go. About to get loaded up. Going to fire up the TVs and get the Kino map synced up and go for a ride. So y'all watch along. All right. I'm approaching a climb. Hopefully I'm sharing that on the screen. You can see that really bright red line. As soon as I hit that, you should see the front end of the kicker climb jack up pretty high. Last I remember, I thought it was 9 or 10%. So I'm going to hit a short drop before it goes literally straight back up. I'm going to have to remember to put it in my granny gear. 73 RPM, heart rate is 108. All right, I'm going to drop it down. Should be hitting that climb any second now. If you look on the screen, wait a minute. Come on, 23 feet. And here we go. We're about to descend. Woo, that was hard. That was tough. All right. Now we're going to speed downhill real quick here to south. Damn. What a 20 heart rate. All right. Halfway done. All right. So, all right, going downhill now. Whew. Another short little climb. Doesn't last nearly as long or as aggressive. But you go watch. On the kicker climb. Hitting another descent here coming up. This say maybe quarter of a mile. All right. I think y'all get the point now. Let me hit this one last little. Cadence 81, heart rate 101. 98 kilocalories burned in 16 minutes. I don't know how accurate that is. All right, so there's just a short little synopsis of a workout. You can see, got real sweat coming now on the kicker move combined with the kicker climb. I'm going to finish this up here and probably do another less hillier route on Ruby. So that was just a brief demonstration about how I do my workouts with the Kino Map software. That route was in San Francisco, California. You can see that one portion that was a very steep climb, and how the software reacts to that. The kicker climb lifted up the front end, and the kicker move added resistance to that rear wheel, made it really difficult to climb up there. I had to switch it down to a lower gear. So it just kind of provides a little bit of virtual reality while you're cycling indoors to just take the boredom away from instead of just running around on a hamster wheel. And at the same time, like I said, I have 2 TVs there, so I could be looking at the one screen, see what's going on with the software, and on top I could be watching whatever I want to watch, live TV or Netflix or whatever. So that was a quick 7 mile, like I said, although challenging, 7 mile route. So I want to do a couple more. So I'm going to get some more riding in, probably on a different app, probably on Ruby or Zwift this time. Pick out maybe a 15, 20 mile route. That'll get me, a little bit under 30 miles for the day, which is my daily goal, about 25 miles. So we're going to get that knocked out and then do some walking on the treadmill. Then I'm going to relax for the night and hit the gym tomorrow. All right, guys, I'll check back in with you soon. Later.